boys and girls. It is the creator of Bored with Miss Reynolds, Better Off Reading Every Day, and we are getting ready for camp season, the Popples and summer camp. And I have my Popples friends right here, and we are so excited to be reading to you at one of our all-time favorite summer camps. Are you ready? The Popples are funny little furballs who love to make people laugh. Popples live right in people's houses, under the beds, in the closets, wherever people least expect to find them. Bonnie knew there were Popples living in her house, but she was so excited about going to summer camp, that's all she could think about. The absolutely best part was that her friend Ray was going too. Ray had gone to camp Wanamaguchi before, and she told Bonnie all about it. And naturally, the Popples listened. "It's really great," said Ray. "We go swimming in a big lake every single day. Sometimes we even get to go out in rowboats and have picnics on a little island. But the most fun thing at camp is bunk night. That's when every bunk makes up a sort of play called a skit. The bunk that people clap for the most goes on a hayride. A hayride with a horse and wagon at night." Did your bunk ever win?" asked Bonnie. "No," said Ray, "but maybe this summer we will. Let's make a wish on it." During the next few weeks, Bonnie went shopping with her parents for all the things on the list that the camp sent. A trunk, a flashlight, new sneakers, a poncho for rainy days, and a bright red bathing suit. Name tapes that said Bonnie Wagner arrived in the mail. Bonnie helped her mom sew one on everything she was going to take with her. "Getting ready for camp is a lot of work," whispered Puzzle Popple. The putter whispered Puzzle Popple to Putter. "I wonder what kind of food they eat there," said Pancake. "I think it's time for us to think about finding a new home," said Party Popple. "It's certainly not going to be much fun around here once Bonnie goes to summer camp." That night, when all the people were asleep, the Popples had a meeting. "Grown-ups are nice enough," said PC Popple, "but let's face it, they're pretty boring compared to children." "I've got it," said Putter. "Why don't we go to camp with Bonnie?" "Three cheers for Putter," cried Party. "That's a dandy idea. And three cheers for Camp Wamaguchi, said PC. The Popples bounced up and down with delight when Putter told them how they could get there. before Bonnie was to leave, the Popples watched Bonnie and her mother pack the trunk. Towels and sheets went in the bottom. Then came shorts, blue jeans, shirts, a sweater, and more things than the Popples could count. It's certainly easier to be Popples than people, whispered Puzzle, especially when it's time to go places, added Puffball. I think that's just about everything on the list, said Bonnie's mother. Shall we lock up the trunk now? Asked Bonnie. Oh no, the Popples hadn't thought of that. What would they do? The camp bus doesn't leave until 10 o'clock. There might just be some time, some little, the camp bus doesn't leave until 10 o'clock. There might just be some little something we forgot to put in. So let's wait until tomorrow, said her mother. Whee, said Pancake. That was close. Upstairs, Bonnie got ready for bed. She was tired and excited. Both her mother and father came in to say goodnight. It gave Bonnie a funny feeling to realize she wasn't going to give them goodnight hugs for 2 whole weeks. It took Bonnie a long time to fall asleep. Meanwhile, the Popples were busy downstairs. Let's roll ourselves up into our pouches, said PC. Then we can pop into the trunk with all the socks. I'll just test Bonnie's flashlight, said Putter. Look, I can twirl Bonnie's toothbrush like a baton, said Prize. Finally, all the Popples settled down. They were just as excited as Bonnie. Before Bonnie's parents closed the trunk the next morning, they slipped 2 new books into it. Bonnie will be surprised to find something in here that's not on the list, said her mother. The Popples giggled quietly to themselves. Soon it was time to board the bus for camp. Ray sat next to Bonnie. Before long, the busload of happy children were singing all the Camp Wamaguchi songs. Bonnie was glad Ray had taught them to her. As soon as the bus reached camp, the children went to their bunks. With a friendly counselor to help them, the children made their beds and put their clothes away in cubbyholes. Bonnie was delighted to find her books. You certainly brought plenty of socks, said Ray, but Bonnie was too pleased to be at camp to worry about socks. One busy day followed another. Bonnie and her bunkmates all loved to swim. They played volleyball and kickball. They went on nature hikes and picked berries. They had relay races. Trying to move fast in a burlap bag was tricky. They made papier-mâché masks in arts and craft. Everyone was so busy that no one even noticed the Popples. That looks like a fun camp, doesn't it? They're doing so many fun things. Swimming, volleyball, sack races, papier-mâché. Fun, fun, fun. We love camp, don't we? But then an extra current of excitement rippled through the camp. Bunk night. Each bunk started making plans. The kids in Bonnie and Ray's bunk couldn't decide what to do. And the big night was getting closer and closer. While the kids were trying to come up with a good idea, the Popples started bouncing from bed to bed. The children were too amazed to speak. Finally, Ray found her voice. "Are you creatures from outer space?" she asked. "No, we're Popples," said PC. "We came to camp with Bonnie's socks, and we'd like to help you," said Puffball. "After all, this is our bunk too. Besides," said Party Popple, "we've never gone on a hayride." "I wrote a funny song. You can sing along," said Pretty Bit Popple. "And I imitate every counselor's voice in camp," said Potato Chip. "I can't believe my ears or eyes," said the counselor, "but I think you're the best thing that ever happened to this bunk." Bunk night arrived. At last, it was time for Bonnie and Ray's bunk and the Popples to perform. Their skit was called "A Day at Camp Wamaguchi." "Everybody up, up, up," said Potato Chip, who was hiding in Bonnie's pocket. Potato Chip sounded exactly like the head counselor, who said those very same words over the loudspeaker every morning. Then the children sang. "We can't be sleepyheads. It's time to jump out of our beds. We wash our faces and tie our shoelaces. We hurry to breakfast and find our places. Another day begins." "Buddies, everyone," said Potato Chip. She sounded just like the waterfront counselor. "We try to do our best to pass the swimming test with games to play. Hip, hip, hooray, another day of camp. We always will be true. Camp Wamaguchi, we love you. Throughout the year, our hearts are here. We'll never forget, you're the best camp yet." And other campers clapped. The next night, just as the moon was rising, Bonnie and Ray and their bunk mates climbed up into an old-fashioned wagon loaded with hay, and guess who bounced up with them? 9 furry Popples. And that is the end of the Popples Summer Camp. It is Bored with Miss Reynolds, Better Off Reading Every Day. I do not own the rights to this fun book that I have read to you, but I love storytelling magic. I do not own the rights to these sweet little Popples right here that are hanging out with me for this reading, but I love storytelling magic, and the magic of today's story is, in just a little while, we're going to be starting camp right here, along with a lot of my friends that I saw in school and a lot of new friends as well. And it is one of my favorite times of year. Meeting new kids, saying goodbye to my kids from school, and getting ready for absolutely a fun summer. I hope I get to see you, and if I don't get to see you, I hope you're going to be having a wonderful summer at your camp, or wherever you choose to spend your time. Bored with Miss Reynolds, Better Off Reading Every Day, always ready when it's time for summer camp. And of course, Popples. Let's check them out. We have this one. Says Bubbles. Bubbles. We have Yikes. Yikes. We have Sunny. Sunny. And we have Lulu. Lulu. Lulu actually talks, but we'll talk about that another time. I can't give away all of my secrets. Ready to see Lulu pop out? Pop! And Lulu is back out. Let's pop another one back out. Ooh. And this one is Yikes. Ready? Bubbles. Bubbles. And of course, last but not least, we have Sunny. Sunny. And they're all four right here. What do you think? I have my friends right here. Boys and girls, in the back of this book, when it ended, it said, the next night, just as the moon was rising, Bonnie and Ray and their bunkmates climbed up into the old-fashioned wagon loaded with hay, and guess who bounced up with them? 9 furry Popples. So can you see those 9 furry Popples right there? I only have 4 right here, but there's 9 in this picture. Beautiful, right? Amazing. All right, we are off to get ready for camp. We'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right there.